And we're here. Episode 1, late night, AD, Jbirdy. Long time in the making, man. What it do, Bird?
What up, AD? How you doing for the first time I've seen and talked to you today?
I haven't talked to you at all today. We weren't just playing video games.
Not at all. I am eating Oreos for the people who want to know why I'm chewing.
This guy's eating, for our listeners out there in the podcast land, guys eating fucking Oreos, man. What the fuck, bro? We've been talking about this for a year.
About a decade or two.
It feels like it.
Yeah, you know.
We'll start the split. We don't really know. I mean, I think this is something we're gonna work on as we do it. We don't know if we're gonna continue streaming it every week or just putting it up. I do know we're gonna put it on the Blkout channel. That's something I definitely want to do. I just hit the blunt, so I'm coughing off that stanky danky. But I do want to put it on the Blkout YouTube channel. Be the first Blkout programming that we have. So I think that would be dope for us. Obviously a podcast, we'll put it on Spotify. I gotta talk to I think Llama uses Anchor FM, which gets it on everything. So we'll see how that works. But this is something I wanna build with you. We do consistent and we just talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. There's not gonna be no. It's gonna be a little bit more loose than the Big Llama show, I think, in terms of what we're talking about. Like
it's
literally,
a bed-esque type of show.
Yeah. We asked each other if we're gonna keep it clean. Fuck no. Why would we do that? I don't think we should. So this week,
clean, you're a cunt. Okay, and fuck you too. Okay?
So this week is just like almost like the pilot episode, the test run. We'll see how it is. It'll be. You think 10 my time, 12 your time would be a good time every week?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. Because I know for a fact I'm off, and just at that time I'm already in game mode, chilling.
Yeah, and I close, so
yeah.
I'll be home by
then. Yeah, so
we can get some loosey-goosey games and give us a little topic for the, to start the show off with how well or shitty we did in gaming.
Yeah.
I'm officially a gold 2. Officially. Technically, I'm a gold 1 because we may or may not have just
we may or may not just lost. I did everything I could, dude. I was having fun. I wasn't having fun, dude.
My internet was not cooperating with us today.
Yeah, that's gonna be our first order of business. Get this man a fucking nice internet system, dude.
No fun.
No fun. This guy's internet, dude. But Bird, how you feel about first episode? How you feel about actually starting the pod? It's something. To be honest, if it wasn't for you, there was a couple of weeks you pushed it, and then you sent me the logo. You kept asking about it. You're like, "Yo, we're gonna do it," and then you sent the logo, and I was like, "We have to do it." This nigga clearly wants to, he's excited for it. So, how you feel?
I'm mucho excited.
I'm mucho excited. All right, Selena.
It's gonna be a great adventure. I'm gonna say right now, fuck Impulsive and fuck the Nelk boys.
Off rip. Episode what?
We're coming. Suck our dicks right here. I'm
gonna start my own fucking.
You're kind of cool.
I'm gonna start my own seltzer called it Sad Mom.
Sad Mom.
Sad Mom.
Angry grandparent.
Yeah. Tired uncle. Yeah.
Tired uncle, and it's a flat drink. There's no carbonation.
Bubbles. As you can, I gotta stop smoking, man. You choking like this.
Yeah. Late night podcast merch coming to a store near you.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna know it's there, but we're gonna sneak it on the shelves.
Yo, one of my ideas was buy a bunch of Blackout shit, and then go to Ross or Marshalls or one of those stores.
Put it on the shelf.
No, take the tags off, put the tag on, return it, and then get it on the shelf.
Oh my god.
Nah, I do gotta commend you though. The logo idea was fire, and I like how simple and clean it is. With the late night, you don't got our names on it because obviously, if you know, AD Bird.
Yeah.
To me,
I
it's simple.
Thank the Purple app for that.
Is it an AI app, dude?
No, it was Twitch, dude.
Okay. Shout out.
I don't want to shout them out if we put this on YouTube,
No, we're gonna. I mean, it's gonna be on YouTube.
So shout out Twitch, and then in the edit you push out YouTube there.
Yo, Big Poppy Angie in the chat for the first episode of the Late Night with AD and Jbirdy. He said, "Happy to see new content. I'm all for it." Yes, sir.
This is the content.
The content. This could be potentially the best podcast to ever come out of Blackout.
No, ever. Not just out of Blackout. This might be the greatest podcast to ever exist.
I wasn't gonna say that, but I'll let him say it, and I'll oblige with some good content.
I said earlier, if you're a famous podcaster, fuck you. We're coming for a diamond play button.
Yeah, fuck that. I want that shit. I want the platinum one, right? You know what? What's the first one? 10,000 one. I need that one in my back right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna
rob with that. I'm gonna rob somebody who has it. I'm not gonna get the subscribers busting somebody's house.
Pull up the file to see what happens.
Hey, how'd you get that? Oh, I just pulled up on Andrew Schultz.
I have 10 subscribers.
Oh man,
I am Schultz now. Suckers. I can sell Jack Harlow drugs in a movie.
Good. Yo, Jack Harlow. Speaking of Jack Harlow, yo, you seen? You ever watched the show Dave? Lil Dicky shit?
No, but I saw the clip with him and Lil Dicky.
Yo, bro, that shit was hilarious. He said,
"You're probably the worst thing that ever happened to me in my career."
He said some people like to look sexy when they go out. He said, suck my dick, grabbed his dick, and then said, "You're a pussy," and walked away. I was like, what the fuck, bro? This kid just got. You just fucking tried.
Obviously, you structured your life over. I mean, look at that. You got the sloppy afro. Don't really care about what you look like when you dress. And he tells Little Dicky, "You're probably the worst that's ever happened to me in my career."
He was like, "I know who you are." They both tried to act like they didn't know who each other were. Yeah, you know who I am. I know who you are, dude.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Alpha.
That's hilarious. I think that show is like low key, not underrated, but definitely like one of those funnier shows. I really enjoy it's like that in Atlanta, especially on FX, like for what FX is. You were talking about it yesterday with Sons of Anarchy. But to be honest, FX drops really good shows.
Like, and then watching Sons of Anarchy back again, they say some things in there I didn't know you could say on cable television.
Yeah.
You know, like she told her husband, "That's not my pussy." Crazy.
That's crazy.
On cable television.
That's crazy.
Carter man's cheating, and the side thing pulled up to the compound where the wife was, which cheating on the road, I guess, and their lifestyle's okay, but she shouldn't ever come. I should never have to meet this bitch.
Yeah,
she told her husband, he's like, "That's not my fault." She's like, "Well, that's not my pussy." I was like, "Oh my god, this was on like at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday."
Yeah, it's on 10 p.m. Wednesday, bro, prime time. Right after Jersey Day. Nah, but with those shows though, I like how like their comedies, like maybe specifically Dave in Atlanta, is like realistic comedy, like something you would see. Like what I love about Atlanta is like this is some shit you'll see like in real life and be like, yo, that can't be real. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like I feel like the same thing with Dave. Like I think they do really well with oh my god, Llama came into the chat hot for the Late Night episode 1. He said, "Birdie is my pussy."
What
the fuck, dude? Holy Llama.
I know where you live, dude. You're gonna talk to me like that in real life, dude?
Yo, I think this is a perfect time to bring up. Lighting was bad. This is a perfect time to bring up my other show. Last night I had a poor performance on the Big Llama show. It's no secret. I wasn't there, but Llama sent me 4 paragraphs, just letting me have it today, and I respected the fuck out of it. I was like, all right, Llama. I was like, I like this. I like that you stepped up and said something, because sometimes Llama acts cucky when it comes to like confronting people. A little
cucky. You know, we really should make this Discord private while we do this,
in case they want to pop up.
They didn't pull up on us, dog. Like the breakfast.
Let them
on the podcast, like an open format. They can pull up.
We could. Or we can unlock it like when we're ready for smoke. Like, pull up.
Open
it's unlocked.
Yeah, pull up. Yeah. Pussies.
Nah, but I do gotta say, like, I did have a bad episode, and I really wasn't into it. And just like what he was talking about, I didn't really care. I didn't see Spider-Man, so I didn't care about talking about it because I knew I was gonna see it this week, and just whatever. So I was just not in a good headspace. But the fact that he called me out, I woke up this morning. I was pleasant. I was like, he grew some balls, man. He grew some balls.
Llama's always had balls. Don't talk about Llama like that, dude.
He said, no, this guy goes like Aladdin. I am a cuck sometimes.
What's up? Like yeah. Half of your face didn't look like it was into it last night.
Yeah. Half my face was not into it at all. Yeah.
Yo, what's up with Joe Budden beefing with Benny off of a line he hit in that J. Cole track on the John P's Caddy thing?
Are they actually beefing?
I guess
Joe Budden always beefing with people, bro.
Yeah, whoever. But like that song came out like last year.
That's wrong. Yeah, that makes no sense.
You're beefing with them in June.
You want me to be honest with you?
I
really like the Joe Budden podcast when he had Rory and Mal on there. The other two dudes that left the podcast. I really enjoyed the show they were putting on. I would literally listen every week. You know what I mean? And once they left, it kind of seemed like I always liked Joe Budden. He's kind of like, you know how people don't like Charlemagne, or like how you don't, Llama don't like, why they don't like him. And I'm like the opposite of like, oh, I fuck with him because, you know, whatever. And I can see why people don't like him. It's the same thing with Joe Budden, except I like to hate him, you know, if that makes sense. Like I like his personality. I like his takes, but I like when he does shit that annoys me, because then I'm like, oh, it gives me a reason to watch. And I feel like that's what he's kind of doing. Like ever since the other two niggas left, like the podcast hasn't been what it was like projected to be. And I feel like he's been like trying to do these like little beefs and shit, like super shit. Like he had like Adam 22 come on so he can like berate him just to like, even though I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird thing. But yeah, go ahead.
I just think his talent. Something I can't. It was something about Benny's bar. Something that Benny said. I think it was the Validity bar, or some shit. You know, and he just didn't like what he was. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah,
he'd be fucking going on rants like Kanye.
Rants, bro. And sometimes his rants are crazy though. Good, like
his talent was just better than his career, and he's sour.
No, but I think that's the thing. I think the podcasting is his best talent. Like podcasting and like
rap, but the only song he had was "Pump It Up," and he came out with it too early in his career, and that was nothing he could do.
He's also like one of those guys that seems like he gets in his own way in terms of like the trajectory of his career and like what could happen. You know, I kind of think about it with us. Like we're kind of like the type of people that won't take shit from people. So like we're trying to get into the industry, and there's gonna have some ass kissing. I don't see us being those kind of people to ass kiss. You know what I'm saying?
If it takes sucking dick to hit, we're gonna miss.
That's a bar. Jadakiss?
Yep.
Hey, one thing you got to know about this guy, first episode, and he's gonna quote a Jada bar episode. I'm telling you. I don't know that to be a fact, but I know it will be.
He says if it takes sucking dick to hit, we're gonna miss. That's a hard bar.
Now, Lava has a take that I don't necessarily agree with. First he says, love the logo and the good combo. Appreciate that, Llama. But no, to bookend what I was saying about the last night, I do appreciate you actually hitting me up, because it made me feel a way of like, I got to be better even the days I don't feel like it. And, you know, in my head, which I think is a terrible excuse, but I was like, oh, I can have one bad episode. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't had a terrible episode where I like literally, I costed last night's episode. You know, I did a gay performance, I think. Yeah. You know, like it was I felt it, but it's still not the excuse I should be with, like, oh, I could have a bad episode. Like, fuck that. So I'm glad you called me out. Appreciate the logo. And then this guy goes, Joe Budden is a one-hit wonder and honestly irrelevant until his podcast. I disagree.
Slaughterhouse also went really hard at the beginning.
Yeah. You had Slaughterhouse. I mean, some great MCs who are Joel Santana. Not Joel Santana. This nigga Ortiz, yeah.
Royce, Crooked Eye, and then Eminem every once in a while.
Yep.
It was just a lyrical super group.
Mosh pit. The Avengers of lyrics.
Yeah, and it just wasn't for this generation, to be honest.
But that's another thing. Like, there was beef with them, like, last year.
Internally.
Yeah. Once the podcast shit happened, then they started talking about it, and, like, I think Joel and Royce wanted to go, like, drop something.
Yeah, they dropped something called the Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse, or the Life of Slaughterhouse. That was the name of the album, and they didn't include Joe Budden or Crooked Eye, and they were like, "How the fuck are you gonna call the album Slaughterhouse without Slaughterhouse?"
Yeah.
And then they were almost like, "Dude, we don't want you in Slaughterhouse anymore. You kind of suck."
Not
And
even that. He just doesn't want to rap anymore. He literally retired. So like, well, how would you be mad about that?
You ever see him in the battle rap? They did the
Well, he
Slaughterhouse
got bodied.
battle rap. Yeah, when the dude like stopped the music and like, yo, he's like, yo, none of this counts. But if you ever put your fucking hands on a female again, I'll whoop your fucking ass.
Yeah.
Start my clock. I was like, oh my god. And Joe Budden just stand there. You know? And then he said some shit about Eminem, and Eminem hit him with a slap a bitch line. And then now he has a podcast.
Yeah. His podcast fucking it always seems he gets in his way. That's what it seems. You know what I mean? Like,
how do you feel about the Academics live podcast with 9 attendees?
Bound to happen, bro.
Yeah.
Like, all right. It's easy to be like like, because I watched him rant about it, but also like Rory and Mal, they beef with them, and them niggas actually go on tour, like actual podcast tour. Like that's like part of their shit. So they've been like, and I mean, obviously they were on the Joe Budden shit, and that's when they started touring, and they just come from the music world. So their shit is the tour shit. So they were like dissing Act, talking about, you know, you had only 9 people or whatever. But my thing is, one, Act does this shit on Twitch. His audience is on Twitch. You know what I mean? So you gotta think like who really is on Twitch. Like it's us, but then there's also mad young niggas that are probably not gonna go to a fucking Roots picnic. Right? Yeah, and that's one thing.
Academics.
Yeah, and that's what Act was saying. Like, he's like, bro, look who was before him. I think it was like Angela Yee's lip service was like right before him, not his audience. Before that, I think it was like Questlove, probably like 30 up, trying to watch him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't set up. And then he said when he went on, Lil Uzi, which it was in Philly, Lil Uzi is arguably him and Meek are the 2 biggest from Philly right now in terms of artists. Lil Uzi went on right when Ack went on. So it's like, you're gonna go watch Academic. Even me, I don't even like Lil Uzi. Like, I'm gonna debate if I'm gonna go watch Ack or see Lil Uzi in concert in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just circumstances. But my thing is, he hasn't done that at all. He doesn't do a live podcast tour or nothing. And I think that's kind of like, this might be an eye-opening thing for him in terms of like, I need to go out and maybe try to build live audience and shit. Or he might just not give a fuck. But what do you think? Because you don't really. I actually watch his shit. I kind of fuck with him.
I don't really fuck with him too much, to be honest. I mean, depending on who he's interviewing, I'll watch him. You know what I mean? Like, I probably wouldn't even have known he was at that event if I was there, to be honest. So the 9 people live makes sense. You know, it's not like he's on a live podcast tour.
No.
And 9 people show up.
No.
You know, he's at one event where he has a booth somewhere.
And that's the thing. He doesn't even do pop-ups, things like that. So it's like, it kind of came out of nowhere, you know? His audience, and that's one thing people don't give credit to. And I'm gonna say shout out to Cosmo Wanda in the chat. He said when Joe and Domingos got into it, hilarious. And then you got Ack in the corner, like Llama
Mark
said,
my words right now. Episode 1, Cosmo Wanda will be a guest on this show.
Let's go. Heard that.
He will be a guest on the Late Night Podcast.
That's good. Llama said maybe we have a Blackout tour when this blows up. Oh no, we're gonna do it.
The world can't handle us.
It's gonna be a wild time we go on tour.
Yeah. Blackout Vegas.
Bro, COD Champs is in Vegas in 2 weeks. And it's an 11-hour drive. I want to make the trip just to go see Champs.
Let's do it. I'll meet you there.
You meet me there? You gonna drive there?
Fly, dude. The airplane's in this.
I'll pick you up from I'll pull up. I'll time it perfect, so I pick you up from the port.
That's it. You know, it's a rich. I'll fly private. It's a rich man's podcast.
It's a rich man. We here. You see the gold chain. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but
pull up.
To finish the Act shit. Yeah, I think it shows him if he wants to build live audience and like, which you kind of need to grow, but also like he's got to train the audience a little bit more, because think about it. His people are Twitch people. They either subscribe. That's how they subscribe, or they'll buy his merch, which he doesn't do merch that much either. So it's like,
it's not like he's Ja Rule, you know what I mean? He's not like a performer who people didn't see.
This is literally his first time performing.
I don't know what a live podcast with the appeal of going to a podcast live would really be, to be honest.
I mean, it's big. There's like I know podcasts. All right, so there's a podcast, the Rory and Mal one. They're pretty like they be like 1,000 people shows, which for a podcast is to me is good. Horrible Decisions is another one that I listen to that they just announced today they're going on tour. But they actually be going on tour like every couple months. They're going to a couple cities.
You know, to me that becomes a little Jerry Springer Maury-ish. Like you're just doing a live show now. Like it's a little talk show-ish, morning talk show feel.
I feel like it's probably different though. Like
especially the 1-8 whatever the South show with DC Young Fly. Shout out, rest in peace to DC Young Fly's baby moms.
RP.
Died on the surgery table.
That's correct. Dead ass on the surgery table?
Yeah, plastic surgery. She was getting like I forgot it was called like mommy rejuvenation surgery.
Oh,
after you have kids, you like get it to look back like what you look like before the kids.
Could have just did some squats.
Yeah, rest in peace to her though.
R.I.P. I didn't know I was gonna go with that. R.I.P.
Yeah, she left 3 kids behind, and a young fly guy named DC.
Named DC. Now Daniel.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Dragon Queen said Crime Junkies does tours and they got big crowds all over the country. But that's like that. I feel like crime. I don't know. It depends on the content too.
They'll never be bigger than we're gonna be.
No, nobody bigger than us. Dude. Nobody. Yeah. Nobody will ever fucking be bigger than us. This guy's about to take a dab. Episode 1. You heard me? All right. Well, let's. I was gonna get into UFC talk, but let's do UFC talk towards the end because we got a little bit more to talk about that. Let's go to the finals, bro. 1-1 right now. Nuggets, Miami Heat. Miami Heat won what? 111 to 108. I think last game was.
Game winning 3.
What are you thinking about that after you take this long, illustrious Dabberoni hit? Hey, if you want to sponsor us, I'm in a legal state. You can sponsor me. He's in a half legal state. You can half sponsor him.
In the industry.
He's in the industry. Yeah, he works in the industry. He sells weed legally.
I get discounts on other states' dispos. All right. So the NBA Finals. Shout out to the Nuggets and to the Heat. Me and AD got to see one of the teams live. Then a group of me and our other friends got to see the other team live.
That's kind of hard.
It's hard, dude. In the same season.
You saw both finals teams in the same season. Hard.
Yep. Nikola Jokic, I think right now on the face of the earth is the best basketball player on the planet.
Complete. Like legitimate complete basketball player.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nasty. He still walks to the stadium though.
Yeah. Bum ass motherfucker. But shouldn't walk up to my favorite Honda. Bad things gonna happen to you. These are a lot of inside jokes that maybe one day will be explained.
We'll talk about a little further episodes.
Right now, Llama could be annoyed about it being funny because he's not involved in the insider. Even when he is the insider.
He is the insider.
Llama always has a friend who did something.
Llama knows a guy, dude. One thing about Llama, he knows a guy. But Llama said Heat win in 3. Like 3 more games or what? I think it's over. I think Heat really needed to win last game and game 3 for them to really like have a chance to like. They're gonna have to push to game 7 and win.
I think it might be Nuggets at 5, dude.
That's what I'm thinking. I think if Nuggets come out and win game 3, it's over. Like they, truly. Especially after last game.
Look up some stat lines.
Yeah. I remember watching it. This is before the Llama Show, 10 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget it. I remember watching the game though and seeing that the Heat were up by I think 10 or 15 going into like the second quarter, and then I turned the game off. I was gaming a little bit on the free Llama, and then I come back and the fucking Nuggets are up, and I was like, this team is too good. Like you can't stop Jokic. If Jamal gets hot, he's showing that you can't really stop him either.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
Jokic drops he goes 41 and 11, 41 points, 11 rebounds. Nobody else on the team had more than 20 points. Nobody even hit 20 besides him. Yeah. And only one other player had a 10-point stat line outside of scoring. Only Murray had 10 assists. Nobody else had 10 in any category.
So they just didn't play good.
On the Heat, 1, 2, 3, 4 people scored into double digits. But Jimmy Butler only dropped 21.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if Jimmy Butler gets hot that game, they beat the Nuggets up.
They could, but they didn't.
You know?
That's the thing. Like, at least I from what when you say that, I'm thinking like, all right, well, they just had an off game and it still was a close game, you know. And like you said, and both things can be true. Like if they played better, they'd probably win the game. And if Jimmy heats up, yeah,
you know, he drops 35 in that game.
And they had the momentum to blow them out early. They started off. They started the first quarter hot. I think it was like 10-2. Yeah.
They were up 150-40 and then lost.
They got complacent. Yeah.
Oh, we're up by so much. Yo, kill race.
Kill race. Have fun. We start talking about random shit. Yeah. I get mad middle of the map. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Teletubbies. Let's go.
It's wholesome. I don't get to watch the game, so I don't have any like play-by-play, like what I think is actually happening on the court because I haven't really watched.
You've been at work and shit, huh?
Work both games, yeah. Hopefully there's a game Thursday or Friday because I'm off both of those.
I think Wednesday and Thursday are the games.
So that's cool.
I think
I can watch the game on Thursday. Wait, what's today?
Today's technically Tuesday, but Monday.
Tuesday. So I think they play today. If not,
that's tomorrow. What I thought. I'll look it up. That's what I thought too.
Probably tomorrow and Friday, I would assume.
I said ramen nuggets. What the fuck's a ramen nugget, dude?
I hate nuggets.
Oh, Dragon Queen. Thank you, Dragon Queen. She said Wednesday and Friday. Yeah. Wednesday and Friday, and then Llama said every game is a gift for the Heat. They're in the AC that has exceeded all expectations. I'm pulling for the Heat, but Nuggets are better, more complete team. All right. One, I hate their A seed, and I hate the fucking undrafted players. That's the narrative that they need to sell stories. And that's the narratives they're going with. But this team was in the finals in the bubble, so that was what, 3 years ago? Not necessarily this whole team, but a couple of big pieces of this team were in the finals in the bubble. So that's experience right there. 8 seed, they should have been the 7th seed, but they lost a play-in game to secure the 7th seed, and then had to play in for the A seed. So they choked the last 2 games to become the A seed. They should have been a 7th seed. So I hate that narrative. And then, like, I mean, to be honest, obviously we wanted the Knicks to win. You know what I mean? Knickerbockers, but
still right now.
Knicks in 6 right now.
Yeah, right now.
But
you will. Nobody in the NBA will square up to anybody on the Knicks. Swear to God.
Oh God.
On God, you ain't touching us.
But
any block. But not for nothing. Llama's take right there just sounded like a dad with a retarded son. Like every day special. Every day we have with this kid is special.
I love this guy.
Llama. I love Llama. Every day is a gift. Every day is a gift with the Heat, the retarded basketball team.
Oh man, you set yourself up long. Nah, I just think that the Heat are a better team than people are giving them credit for, and you can see just obviously Spoelstra, like their coaching, they talk about the Miami Heat like how you say the organization, like the camaraderie and the camaraderie in the organization and like the mentality they have to be a Heat player, like I think that's a real thing. That's something we seen, like, I mean, from being from Florida and like watching LeBron do his shit there, you've seen like how capable that coaching staff is, and obviously Pat Riley as the GM, like they're capable. They just put the right pieces in and it's working right now. I don't think it has to do with these guys being undrafted, because at the end of the day, they're in the NBA and they're in the finals. So they're busting people's ass. Whether they're undrafted or not, they're busting people's ass right now.
Yeah, I think there's like 1,100 people in the NBA or something. You know, they're one of the 1,100 best basketball players on the planet.
Yo,
in the whole world.
This guy said Knicks suck, not a hot take, just truth.
Who said that?
Lama. I said what I said. Fight me.
Oh, Lama, that's 2 strikes, Lama.
Yeah. What?
2 strikes. You know, you're not even really a Heat fan because you would have pulled up to the Heat Knicks game with us if you're about it.
If you were really about it, dude.
You didn't come, but good thing you didn't come because we had room for the cooler. Sat right in the middle between Soto and Justin.
Nice couple cold ones, you heard?
Yep. And had shotgun.
But yeah, I just don't like those narratives just because I feel like playoffs are different. It's a different atmosphere. though the best teams usually rise to the top in that tournament aspect. You know what I'm saying? So like, one thing about Jimmy Butler is, and you got to respect, he closes out games very well.
Yes.
And he closes out games in these high pressure situations where they should be down. Now, granted, they didn't close the Celtics out efficiently, and I think that kind of like hurt them a little bit, like not getting the Celtics out of there faster. You know, I think that's why they came out very like plus they had to get acclimated to the altitude game one. So I thought that kind of fucked them, but overall I think they could win. I just don't see them winning because as good of a coaching staff they got, as good as Jimmy can be, and that's the thing, he hasn't even gone off in the last like 6 games. Like off. Like, you know, like the guy numbers. And that's what they kind of need.
To come back next game.
Yeah, game 3, which is interesting. Interesting. Because I wonder if he's going like full minutes, you know?
Yeah, who knows? It's just a risk, though, man. You know what I mean? So as long as he can shoot, you know, that's all they need.
If he can score, really. If he's giving them extra 10, 15, 20, it's chill. But
depending on what the guy's doing now that he would replace. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. They've been building chemistry this whole time.
They're gonna do that much better than the person who's playing now.
Who would it be?
I don't know who the
Martin?
shooting guard is. I don't know who the shooting guard is now.
I mean, not Martin. Vincent, I think his name, Gabe Vincent. Adebayo.
Vincent just dropped 23.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and he's been hot against the Celtics. I've been watching a little bit more just because I've been trying to bet on shit. So I've been like a little bit more focused on it. Vincent kind of been going off for like 4 games. The games that Jimmy hasn't been going off, Vincent has been stepping up. Yeah. So it's interesting.
You know, and only one guy can only do like the team can only do so much if one guy is actually taking off. Yeah. You know, like if we're playing Call of Duty, we're playing Hardpoint, and one of us drops 50. Yeah. Nobody else is gonna drop 40. If one of us hit 50, it's a wrap for that. Yeah. You know, you might hit 30 on us now. Yeah. You know, it's just what it is. If one guy's absolutely taking off, the rest of the team can't perform on a scoring wise, but you can still get rebounds. You can get your assists.
You do everything else, yeah.
You know, and let this dude carry the rock. And when you're open, take the shot. You know, and that's it. You have to be able to know how to fall into your role, and that's in any team sport, really. Yeah. You know, like you don't want to push yourself to be a starting pitcher if your arm can't go more than 4 innings. You know what I'm saying? If you can give 100%, just become a relief pitcher and do something for the team instead of individually. Yeah. Same thing with this. If somebody's stepping up, if Jokic is having a terrific scoring game, somebody's got to not take as many shots. You know, let Jokic let Jokic carry the team on the scoreboard.
Yeah. You know? And that's the thing, like Jokic has the ability and has done it time and time again, going off. 41 last game in a loss. Then you got Jamal Murray. If he has a 41 game and Jokic is dropping 20 but doing everything else, like that's a tough team to beat, man. Like in the long run, it's gonna be a grind. And if the Heat win, it's gonna be a grueler. But I honestly think if Nuggets come out game 3, take the first game on their home court, series is over, bro. I honestly think that.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. But I personally, being in Denver, I would love to see the Nuggets win. But being a Florida boy, it would be dope for Miami to win. So like either way, I'm cool. But if Denver wins, like I might pop up in the parade. Like, yo, Cash, you walk into the stadium again.
See,
you remember me?
Yeah, Honda.
His favorite Honda.
Get him.
His brothers beat my ass.
Yeah, he's got some gangster brothers, dude.
Yo, Shaq said he had him on the NBA Tonight shit, and it was like, hey, tell your brothers I want to meet them. He goes, they left already. Okay. Yo, his brothers just ghosted Shaq, dog.
Yeah, those are the Nurmagomedovs of the UFC.
Oh God, bro. Wrestling bears and shit.
There's like 8 of them, and they all sit separate in the arena. Just in case something pops off.
Llama said they need to bring him off the bench and use him in spots. Talking about Tyler Hero. You're right about the chemistry. Would not have him as a focus of the offense, just a spark. And I agree with that. I just think, I just think that again, the Nuggets team is just too complete of a team, and their best player is playing at another level. Yeah, at another level. And their second best player is playing as good as anybody else in the league in terms of stars. Like Jamal Murray, and I said this before the Lakers series. I said Jamal Murray's a star, and I've only been noticing that since that game we went to. Because before, I really wasn't watching basketball like that until I started working at this sports bar. But that game we went to, he was going crazy, and you could just see how the crowd was like. Obviously, Jokic is Jokic, so the crowd was going crazy for him. But when Murray was scoring, the crowd was going like it was a different energy.
Oh yeah.
So, and then seeing how he performs on like especially a playoff thing, and then think about it, like the last 2 years, I think they said he had like a torn ACL. He hasn't been playing, and they haven't been as good. So he's like clearly a huge piece for this team to be as good as they are, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And he doesn't get the credit because he's in Denver and he's not Jokic, you know? It's like they already got their star that they're promoting outside of Denver. But I'm talking about somebody who lives in Denver. It's like, oh shit, like Murray's that guy, and the league really don't know yet. That makes sense.
They will.
They will, yeah.
Yeah. You know, but Jokic in the last 3 years has done something in a 3-year span that we've never seen in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Since like the Wilt Chamberlain era. You know, he's putting up numbers that we couldn't even fathom. You know, in the way he's doing it.
And what I like about him, Jokic specifically, is how like cool, calm, and collected he is. Like, it don't seem like, I mean, you see it with all the us as UFC fans watching a lot of Russian and Dagestani and like people from that side coming over here. They have just a different demeanor about them.
Right.
And he carries that shit too.
Yeah, he does. You know, like he's related to murderers.
Yeah, like he's seen a couple bodies get dropped off and had to go to a basketball game after.
Oh yeah, you know,
and dunk on somebody. Dunk on the guy's little brother.
That's it, bro. Hit him with a fucking Adesanya. Your brother.
Wilt Chamberlain was putting up numbers in the bedroom that we could never fathom.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, bro, but I forgot how many thousands of women he's claimed to have sex with.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Like thousands of them.
I respect that about him. I would too if I was fucking 7 feet. God.
And he was fucking bitches way before AIDS. You know, so there was no worry in the world. He was just tapping.
Yo, he didn't even think about condoms.
Nothing, just hitting it.
By the time AIDS came around, he was already too far gone. Like, hey, what am I gonna do? I would have caught it by now.
I had a blast. You know. But UFC shit is gonna. I don't know how I feel about this card. I mean, it's supposed to be the Jon Jones card, but it's not.
Dude.
But they gave us 2 goats. They gave us 2 goats.
What do you mean?
Charles Oliveira.
Charles, bro. Charles is gonna get beat, dude.
Nah, he's gonna win.
You think so?
Fast. Yeah, the first round.
I think Beneil Dariush is. I think he's that guy. I like him a lot, Beneil Dariush. I like Oliveira, but I do think Beneil's gonna win.
Oliveira will hold the title again. He's coming back for it, dude. With a vengeance.
Would you want to see him against Islam again, though?
I do.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad of a fight, huh?
Yeah, and it was quick, right?
I don't remember now. Now that I think about it, it might have been, huh?
He choked. He tapped out Oliveira.
Yeah,
that was the whole big deal. He tapped out the guy with the most submissions or whatever
to get the belt, which is crazy.
Yeah,
yeah. I think Amanda's probably gonna win. I mean, she should win.
Yeah,
but hopefully this is a good fight. This girl's got.
It will be.
This girl's.
I think they'll bang out for a little while, and then Nunes takes the cake, like all of them. Yeah, I have one too somewhere.
Yeah, I hope they bang out because this girl's got good boxing. So I would like to see, like, I don't know, it's dope to see like these people win, like these greats win. But it's also like, especially with like the Adesanya shit, it was kind of dope to see him lose and then come back and win, you know, and like dominate after. And like, of course, you know, she got the win back over Juliana Pena, so it doesn't really matter anyways. In terms of like,
how many times she lost the belt? What, once?
Just once.
Yeah, so that means if she loses it again here, she can be a 3-time UFC champion.
Yeah.
That's crazy. To win it, lose it, win it, lose it, win it again, and then retire. I'm done. Fuck you. 3-time.
Yeah. I mean, how long do we have her left for? Too, you know.
So she decides.
Yeah, but I feel like it's kind of been
she
like
could fight for another 5 years, dude.
she could, but I don't think she will do.
No, I'd say another 2 or 3 fights, maybe.
Yeah, and like, cause there's not a big fight. There's not like somebody like even if this girl wins, then it's an immediate rematch. There's nobody you're like I want to see fight, and then
she's so much better than all of them.
All of them, man. And people, you can say the Juliana Pena fight, but like,
and she beat her twice.
And she beat her once.
Oh, they're 1-on-1.
1-on-1, yeah. But even then, like the way Juliana won was like, she won. Yeah. Like fuck, I can't believe it. The way Amanda won was like, oh, that's how the first fight should have went. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, like Jones Gustafson. You know, the first fight was like, oh my god, and the second fight, Jones was like, all right, dude, watch this.
But those moments just make for. I mean, it's the same thing with like Shevchenko when she lost this last fight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You're like, oh fuck, like it just makes for the moment. That's why we love the UFC. But
Stipe losing to DC and then fucking up DC,
and then coming back and beating him twice. Yeah.
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. The card doesn't. Like I started seeing like the embedded and like the promotion for it, and I was like, I don't care. Like you know what I mean? I'm gonna watch it.
Stipe. This is supposed to be that card.
Yeah.
And then Nunes and her were supposed to be the co-main.
I don't know what's going on with the Stipe Jones saga.
Now I'm hearing the Russian guy's gonna fight John.
That's who we don't want to see fight John right now, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think it's gonna be the same way as Cyril Gane.
No.
What? Yeah, take him to the ground.
Take him to the ground? I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
I think it is.
I think that guy's been steamrolling everybody, but I think he has ground game.
But not like John. I don't think anybody does in that top 5 in the heavyweight division.
Curtis
stand up. Nah, I think he has the best shot. But same thing. Johns puts him in Americana.
I don't think so, dude.
You know,
Curtis Blades.
Yeah, I think John's gonna go on a submission stampede here. 3-4 fights, all taps in a row, first round.
That's the thing. Like you don't really want to. John's great, but you're not trying to take these heavyweight punches at an older age.
Yeah, I'm John. I'm not
at an older age.
If I can help it, I'm not standing with you.
He doesn't have to.
No. If I can help it, if I can take you down, why stand with you?
Now, if John was like still in his prime and went up, then I think it'd be a little bit different. Like he's willing to trade.
Yeah, but I feel like that with any heavyweight. Why would I want to stand with a 260-pound gorilla when I can try to take? If I know I can out wrestle you, there's no shot I'm going to stand there and take those bombs.
Yeah,
you know, but you know, then you have fighters like Lesnar, and the problem with him is you really don't want to wrestle him. You wanted to keep the fight on the feet, and it was if he wanted to take it to the ground, you were going to the ground. Unless you're over him, and then you fucking just knee him in the body and fuck Brock Lesnar up.
Over him, beat him?
Hey, I think he knocked him out with knees to the rib cage.
What Lesnar realistically only had, this is a little tangent, but Lesnar only had like what, 5 fights? Maybe?
Yeah, Couture, Mir twice, Oliveira, and Mark Hunt, I think. Oliveira over him. And Mark Hunt.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on with the Jones shit.
Like, I don't think I don't know if Stipe wants to come back to a loss. I think he's trying to get enough money that it makes sense for him if he loses. And I don't know if the UFC really wants to pay him $5 million. Like we just told Francis to step for 8.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
Like, and then if that's the case, I can understand where Stipe's coming from. Like I might lose. Like I might go in there and fucking not win this fight. You're gonna pay me to take this fucking fight.
Yeah. You know? I don't know if that's how he thinks about it though.
But if I'm John, it's the same way, bro. You're gonna pay me, motherfucker.
John's already locked in though. Has to be, huh?
You know, yeah, I would think so. But my whole thing is like, if there wasn't for Jon, now your heavyweight title, it might be around the waist of a nobody. It might just flop hands again. Every fight, it might just flop hands. You know, I think it's good for a division to have a steady champion, at least for 2-3 defense.
Yeah.
You know, when the title flops around too much, it's so much. Oh, he's the greatest. No, he's the best. Oh, well, he beat this guy, and this guy beat that guy, and he beat him twice. Did you see what he did to that guy? You know, but when somebody like an Adesanya or a Jones or a Silva has the title for 2-3 years, the other fighters they know who they're training to beat.
Yeah.
You know, the other guys are just in your way.
Yeah, and I mean the heavyweight division's kind of at that. It's always been that though, just because it's heavyweights.
Knockout power. They sleep each other.
But in this situation, like you take Jones and Stipe, like if they were both retired, who you got number one? Like you know what I mean? Like maybe Pavlovich number one.
Yeah.
Or champ.
Gone, maybe.
Gone. Gone can beat anybody else in the division. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He can beat anybody else. Like nobody's gonna do what Jon did to him again.
Maybe Steve, but not that fast.
Not that fast. I think he would be. And the thing is too, like I don't know. Gone didn't fight good at all either.
No, he went in there wanting to bang, and Jon went in there with a completely different mindset. I am not going to stand here with you and throw bombs. Yeah. You know, you threw one, I ducked under it, took you to the ground, put you in a guillotine, and rested on your rib cage until now you're in Dagestan. And you the next time Gon is going to be champion, is going to be fighting for the interim belt when Jon retires, if it goes the way that it should.
That guy will get the most interim title shots of anybody ever.
Yeah, you know, I think if Jon beats Pavlovich and maybe like beats the Blades or whoever the fuck is next, Jon's done. And then the title goes interim, and then we'll see Gon for the interim title again. And if there's Gon Stipe, I'm shitting myself. If Stipe fights for the interim title, I'll never watch UFC fights again.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that too.
Like if he doesn't fight Jon and then Jon retire, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I want my belt back."
Yeah, but he's already old. That's the thing. He has to fight now. He's not gonna wait another year or two to fight.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, I don't know. It's just weird that it seemed like it was gonna go, and it hasn't gone. You know, like there's not even a word of like when they're gonna fight.
No.
People are saying now.
One of these guys sleeps Jon though. Like we see Jon on his face, hands flat on the mat, head sideways.
Who said that? Was it like Teddy Atlas or something? He's like all the greatest combat warriors end up on their face.
All of them. You know, can you imagine if somebody just sleeps Jon Jones and puts him flat on his fucking noggin?
I can do.
You know, and you just see a 250-pound fucking goat just laying on his stomach. And then you just see Joe Rogan.
Hey, Jon. Hey, Jon, you good? Hey, say something to the people.
You want to use the cryo chamber? It's open for you anytime.
Anytime, Jon. I got some elk in the back. Get you right. Get you right.
Oh, your toe, Jon. Jon, your toe. I think they're gonna give him a hard retirement ceremony.
I'm intrigued to see him take a punch, though. That's one thing we didn't get from the Gon fight that I would have liked to know. You know what I mean? Like, can he take Gon's best punch and be okay? I would have liked to left the fight and know, because then that answers a lot of questions. Because there's still the way he beat Gon. There's still questions about him in this division to me.
Yeah.
Right. Like, can he go 5 rounds at this weight at a high level? You know.
Will he?
Does he have to? Yeah. Or can he take the punishment from a heavyweight, actual heavyweight power? You know.
But those questions may never get answered. He might fight everybody just like he fought Gon.
Yeah.
You know, like we all thought him and Gon. We thought we were going to see a war. You know, 80% of the planet thought we were going to see a war.
At least a round. We thought we were going to see a round, dude. We didn't even see that.
You ain't going to get none of this. I'm taking him right to the mat.
Yeah.
You know, there was no standing strikes landed.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, now that we got our podcast, we'll be doing more. We'll do like a weekly segment of Jon Jones. The Jones update. But
we've heard absolutely nothing.
From one GOAT to another GOAT. Ultimate Fighter, new season. Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler. First episode came out last week. Next episode's tomorrow. So this is gonna be something we're gonna talk. Yeah, tomorrow 8 p.m. I believe. So tomorrow night, if we want, we could stream it when I get out of work.
Yeah, that's cool.
But what do you think about the first episode?
I like the concept of the prospects versus the vets.
I enjoyed that too.
I like that the vet just slapped homeboy though. And fucking just went in there and I like seeing Connor get humbled. I like Connor so much, but when something doesn't go in Connor's favor, and he just like,
yeah, he put the lights out, dude. He put the lights out.
He's like, I wasn't in the octagon. Proper 12.
I didn't like that he missed the weigh-in. I thought that was kind of fucked. I was like, this real Connor thing to do, but also like, damn, son.
Yeah.
I don't like Michael Chandler, dude. I like him as a fighter, but something about him as a person
He's
just
real punchy.
I just think I feel like he portrays a good guy, and I feel like he's one of those dickheads in the back. You know what I mean? Like behind the scenes, he's like a douchebag.
Like a fucking, what's his name? The other dude who was beefing with Masvidal. The one who just beat Masvidal. The one before Burns.
Obi?
Yeah, him, yeah.
Yeah, but he's the opposite. He plays a dickhead in person, but he's so nice. No, they say he's nice in the back. Like he's like a humble guy. He's like, he's so humble. But then when he's in front of you, he's like, yo, fuck your mother. You're like, what, dude? You just said my mom has nice hair, dude.
But you're coming over for dinner, dude.
But yeah, man, that fight was quick. The guy hit a jab, and I was watching it with my girl, and I was like, oh, this fight's over. And then, wow, slapped him. I was like, oh my God. As soon as he hit him with the jab, I was like, this fight's, oh my God.
I like when they're laying there. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm awake.
He said, what? He's like, I'm good. He's like, bro, you're not good. You're not good, dude. If you see me through, I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now, dude.
Yeah. You're fucked up.
Yeah, I'm excited to see I'm obviously the Ultimate Fighter is dope, just in general. I like that I'm actually gonna watch it when it comes out because it kind of gave me that feel like I think the day before I was watching like old Ultimate Fighter clips, just like getting prepared. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, like there's some classic moments. But yeah, I'm excited to see Chandler and Connor fight. Do you think they fight at 85?
I think so. I mean, that's crazy. If we see Connor at 85, that means we see Connor Adesanya eventually.
Yo, Connor, yeah, but I don't want to see that. Adesanya is way too big, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what Connor's gonna look like next to him now, though. Homeboy is gigantic.
Oh my God, his face looks different, huh? Yeah, he got steroid face, bro. He got steroid face.
Connor's gonna be 5'6", 205.
Knocking people out with the left hand. It's power and precision, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Yo.
Yeah, he looks massive though. Like his face, he really does got like steroid face. Like he was on a couple cycles.
Like Connor's so rich that if I was on a Connor card and he got the 50 grand fight of the night bonus, I would be.
What?
He doesn't need it, Dana. I gotta pay my coaches.
I can't even get home.
You paid me 12 grand for this. I owe my coach 15. Doc, how am I gonna eat, Dana? You know, we're not cutting weight voluntarily. We can't afford to eat.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know if I'd be tight. Like if it's like a Aldo shit, that's kind of like, kind of like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't that rich then. I mean, right now, you know,
like if he goes out and starches Michael Chandler, and he's like 50,000. Here you go. He's gonna go throw. He's gonna take the money and hand it to somebody in the audience. Like, I don't need this shit.
Yeah, Dana, give it to the fat kid. I'm out. Proper 12. I love how we put proper 12 in his house.
Yeah.
They try to get those other meat fighters fucked up. Taking shots of whiskey.
Nothing really happened though in the episode now that I think about it, but
mid episode.
Mid, yeah. I enjoyed him talking, but I like how like Conor kind of sunned him. I wonder if that's just editing. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like he like sunned him though. You'll do it as I say.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah. Oh, when he says he goes, "Oh, you want to fight 85?" He goes, "I can fight 85. You just do what you're told." And then also,
My friend's like, oh.
All right, you do what you're told.
I want to see what. I wonder how many episodes in until Conor shoves him.
Oh, next episode.
You think so? Second episode. Bow. Oh man, but I do like that. I do like the concept though. The prospects versus the veterans, and I like that they went on both teams. Like you know, and they were separate because now it's like literally prospects versus veterans, both weight classes.
Completely set up.
You think?
Yeah, I think most of the prospects were Conor's. I mean, yeah, most of the prospects were Conor's guys. You know, because they said he brought 8 people in,
and he did bring.
You know, no shot they're not on Conor's team, except for that one guy.
That one guy that got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. No, there's the Irish kid.
No, the one guy that got knocked out was his boy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that wasn't the Irish cat. There was an Irish kid on.
Chandler's team. With the glasses.
On Chandler's team,
yeah, with the glasses.
And he was like, I know he could be over there with them.
And the kid was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to fight.
Yeah. And Chandler's like, I know he wishes he could be over there with them, but it doesn't fucking work that way.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm pretty sure most of those Conor brought 8 people over from Dublin. There's no shot that they're not
on his team. Yeah.
You know, Conor's like, get a bunch of old guys, put them in with these young ones.
And I'm sure, like in Chandler's head, he was probably like, yo, get them, like try to get as many of Conor's people on Conor's team because then you know what I mean? Like maybe now he probably got to just worry about that one kid going back and telling them shit. In terms of like, which I don't think either. Like in terms of training for like Chandler himself. Yeah. But I don't think Chandler's going there to train for Conor. You know what I mean? Like and like expose his game plan either. So there's that. Yeah. But like if he was, I like that. When he dropped that guy with the fucking kick.
Yeah. He's like, fuck you.
Hit him right in the liver.
Yo. Yeah. Oh yeah, the kid fell down. Yeah.
Yep. Fucked.
Yeah. Nothing better than when GSP brought the drunk French guy.
And he just whooped everybody's ass. Yeah. I remember that shit.
He's like, yo, you cannot live a life like Pierre, and then come in here and like Pierre. Oh, John Pierre was like, fuck you, dude.
He's fucking throwing people around, shit like.
Yeah. It's monkey style, drunk monkey style.
Well, we're about to hit the hour mark, brother. What else?
Great first step.
I thought it was a good first step. Good energy. Yeah. Again,
we're not gonna focus on chat at all. So fuck you, chat. If we see you and we think about reading it,
we're looking the other way. Yeah, we're not. This is not a chat centric show here, dude. That's why it's late night. But I did like the flow of the topics. We are gonna. It's gonna get more professional the more we fucking do this shit. To be honest.
No, it won't.
It probably won't. It probably won't.
Raunchy, just like this.
Dragon Queen said, "Really great first episode, guys. Can't wait for more through the AD with the wings." We got our first episode, first emoji.
That's trademark.
Trademark. It's fucking trademark. Yeah, we got the logo. We'll probably do different colors and shit. We're gonna take this one week at a time. But next week, 10 p.m. my time, 12 p.m. Eastern, 12 a.m. Eastern.
YouTube listeners, comment a 2-color pattern.
Oh shit, your favorite colorway.
Combo. Yeah, your favorite color combo. 2 colors, maybe 3.
If you throw the 3 in there, we'll consider that third one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we love you, Twitch, but YouTube's our focus right now, dude. This is the first ever Blkout production product going on blkout.gg on YouTube. We got me, AD, got the hat, got the bird.
Ka,
you heard? We out this bitch. Late night with AD Jbirdy out.